Excalibur issue 15 heads to the Starlight Citadel, where Rill witnesses the demon hordes outside battling the X-Men as Annihilation faces Apocalypse, healed of her wounds thanks to the mask. She talks about their children and how she knew they would be fierce, and she knew she couldn't sate their hunger for long, yet she continued to mother them through sickness and fits of rage, only to have to now suffer the shame of Apocalypse's tears. Annihilation attacks, but she is hit by lightning from Storm as Wolverine and Captain Avalon grab Apocalypse, telling him they are outnumbered. Apocalypse fights them off, not wanting to run from his wife. Angered, the mutants dare speak down to him. Storm says that they need to leave while Annihilation is stunned and the storm cloud covers them. The warriors of Arakkii meanwhile regroup, with Pog finding this utter chaos. Whitesword knows that he's right, and this fight was not one he swore his men to. Iska asks if the warrior is scared he won't be able to repeat his previous record, asking him how many of his knights died before he stopped Gorgon. Whitesword says that Gorgon was a worthy competitor, as were the soldiers who died. Whitesword forms up his soldiers, marching away from the battle since they came for a fight, not a battle. Iska tries to get him to stay and fight, but War knows her fires will swallow this land soon and they must make a decision or face getting caught in the flames. Iska wants to hunt the final 6 mutants down as Bay races off from them, choosing to follow love over war. At the Citadel, Saturnyne is shielded by her priestesses, who shepherd her towards her fortified study. She demands Shogo follow her, but the dragon wants to watch the battle, warned it's not safe for little boys to disobey Saturnyne. The dragon follows as the queen is given a box containing the pieces that were once Betsy Braddock, dumping them on the floor to make a mosaic out of. She begins weaving her magic and sorting through the pieces, knowing that there is lots of work to do to defend the Citadel. Wolverine meanwhile thinks they need to hold the line against the hordes, but Magic knows that didn't work out so well for Gorgon or Betsy or Rockslide. Wolverine agrees, knowing they lost too many to be reckless now, as Apocalypse knows leaping into battle while outnumbered is not a good idea. Brian isn't happy that the mutants are concerned about defeat now, since Betsy died for this contest and now all the rules of it have been thrown away. He asks if Apocalypse thought about how this would end, and the mutant says he has thought of nothing else for over thousands of years, equating to millions of sleepless nights for Apocalypse. Suddenly, Bay's spear whips past the men and Apocalypse grabs it as the woman confronts him. Douglas rushes to his wife's aid, telling Apocalypse not to hurt her. Storm thinks that maybe Bay wishes to join them, so Apocalypse asks her and Douglas knows that she does, but Bay cups his ears, using her scream power to blast Apocalypse and the others back as she picks Doug up and escapes. Saturnyne meanwhile asks Shogo to come and help her with the mosaic she's making, since it will be the perfect addition to the room. The dragon's fire begins to bellow as the woman tells the young boy that if he starts melting realities, he will be in big trouble, but he can let loose somewhere else. Storm meanwhile searches for Douglas, not finding him anywhere as the rest of the X-Men battle the hordes of demons. Magic refuses to let Douglas go, not wanting to leave him at the mercy of his large wife. Suddenly, the demon hordes are killed off by Jubilee and her priestess archers. Jubilee tells the X-Men that she isn't leaving without Shogo, and it looks like her and the priestesses of the Green showed up in time. The priestesses fight to protect the Citadel, however, not the mutants, as Jubilee says that they need to get up to the castle, since they won't survive without Shogo's help. Wolverine doesn't want to abandon the battleground, however, since he thinks that they are the last thing holding down the line between the hordes and the Citadel. Brian agrees, since if the Citadel falls, so do all realities. Jubilee wants to rescue her son, but the priestesses make their decision for her, leaving the X-Men to surround the Citadel themselves. Bay meanwhile drops off Douglas in the midst of the battlefield, and the man says that they need to go back and fight with his friends. Bay throws down her spear, not wanting to fight anymore, but Douglas doesn't know what else to do, knowing he can't live in Arakkii with her since he will die. Grabbing his wife, Doug says that she doesn't have to leave him and she could come to Krakoa with him, and while she's already his hero, if she comes back with him, then she'll be a mutant hero as well and they won't hurt her. The priestesses meanwhile defend the Citadel as the X-Men see the hordes slowing down, but Brian has a bad feeling about this. Bay and Douglas soon return, reassuring the X-Men that they are friendly and will help them drive back the hordes. The X-Men are soon surrounded as Iska and the other Arakkii confront Bay, finding it embarrassing that she is part of the losing team now. Annihilation wants to stop with all of the games, knowing that it's time for their spoils of war to be awarded to them. She says that she wants the lands of Avalon and Krakoa so she can burn them like she burned Dryador. The Dark Armies surround the mutants, as Annihilation says that she wants to erase their names, so they are just another failed experiment, and all that will be remembered of the Krakoans is how easily they let themselves get played. Elsewhere, the call is put out across all realities to Captain Britain as Saturnyne finishes her Mosaic, hoping her spell cast on it will allow her to take back the Starlight Sword for herself. But it doesn't, revealing a Mosaic of Betsy Braddock still wielding the sword as Captain Britain, and who would wield it forever as the Captain Britain Corps assemble to protect the Citadel. Excalibur issue 15 wonderfully ferried our X of Swords event into its final chapter as the mutants pitch one final last stand against the armies of Arakkii and the Horsemen. I really enjoyed Douglas getting a lot of play this issue, really setting up he and Bay are going to continue past this event, and I'm all for that. It gives Cypher something even more unique to him now, and I look forward to seeing their relationship continue to grow, and for Douglas to try and understand something he physically cannot. Apocalypse and Genesis's battle, while not always sword based, were great, and I actually really love Apocalypse trying to end it all without a fight, just wanting to get his wife back. So I'm interested to see just how far he will go to get that. I'm looking forward to the huge battle to come in the final issue, as well as the return of the Captain Britain Corps and Betsy Braddock, who still has a score to settle with Saturnyne. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.